Today's moment in Black history is all about Mary Fields, also known as Stagecoach Mary or Shotgun Mary. She was the very first African-American woman to carry mail for the U.S. Postal Service, and she was a legend in the Wild Wild West. Mary was born in about 1832 or 33 in Tennessee as an enslaved woman. When the Civil War ended, she was in her early 30s, and she decided that she was going to get out of there and find out what else the world had to offer. In order to make her way, she decided to get a job as a chambermaid on a steamboat headed up the Mississippi River and ended up in Ohio working at a convent. In the 1880s, when the leader of the convent went to Montana to establish a boarding school for Native Americans, which, yes, is very highly problematic, Mary decided to join her and became sort of the groundskeeper for the school, which was very uncommon for that time period because that was definitely men's work. She did things like maintenance, repairs, gardening, hauling, whatever. But honestly, Mary was a whole lot of woman. She was at least 6 feet tall and kind of heavy set. And so she could do it no problem. Mary's can-do attitude also had a little bit of spice. She got in trouble a lot for using bad language, losing her temper, smoking cigars, things along that lines. And then one day she got in a fight with someone who worked for her, and there were some shots fired. And so she lost her job. She did not let that stop her, though. She moved to Cascade, Montana, and opened up a tavern, which suited her a little bit better. Almost all the profits she made went to letting people who had no money eat for free. And so unfortunately, the business did not stay open, but while it was open, she did what she could to help those around her. When she was 60, she decided that she needed to find something else to keep her in the money. And she heard about a contest that the U.S. Postal Service was putting on. Basically, what the winner would get was a job delivering mail, but the winner had to be the fastest person to hitch a team of 6 horses. It was zero problem for Mary, who had worked hard her entire life. This made her the very first African-American woman to work for the Postal Service. It was rough in the Wild West, and so she was notorious for defending herself. She carried a whole bunch of different weapons. Her favorite was the .38 Smith & Wesson. And Mary certainly wasn't afraid of a fight. In fact, her obituary read, she broke more noses than any other woman in central Montana, and honestly, love that energy. But all that said and done, Mary never missed a single day of work as long as she had her job. She was known as one of the most reliable carriers in the West. Where other carriers might have let heavy snowfall or bad weather or dangerous conditions stop them, she never did because she had a job to do and she wasn't about to let a little something stop her. She said, "People call me Stagecoach Mary. I'm bold, I'm big, I love adventure, I am independent. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me where to go. You got a problem with that?" And nobody did. Mary was actually kind of a local celebrity in Cascade, Montana. The town would close down schools and stuff like that to celebrate her birthday. When Montana passed a law saying that women couldn't enter saloons, she was allowed an exception. Mostly because they knew she was going to do it anyhow. She retired when she was 71, and she continued to stay in the town and help people whenever she could. She would babysit pretty much for free. She would help people with their laundry services if they needed. Anything that they needed, she tried to do for them. So she never stopped understanding that community was what was most important.